EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the LA Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Baker going to throw this right away. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
With a start here to the ball game, you get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Adafe Ore there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Mayfield. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Buried behind the line by Christian Yorkins. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try to protect them. It didn't work on that play. And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
1 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that 1 foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 30-yard line. Here's Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball, but not hang on. 2nd down coming up. The Chargers have 1 and 3 here in the early part of the year. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Trying to run for it with Hampton. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Herbert.
Oh, come on, bro.
And they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now Mayfield. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. Well, now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. That one goes for 30 yards. Mayfield. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Darian Henley able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 36. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Throwing, Mayfield. Got a man downfield, it's Otten. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
180.
Mayfield now. And he's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Emeka Ibuka. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The kick is good.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Charger drive about to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Now 3rd down.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick as he throws there, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get this down to the 48.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. That's a big loss of footing, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
180! King!
Mayfield to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
On all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with this, you ain't seen before.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
The 2-yard line.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Hurry! 180! What's up?
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, That play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, congratulations. To them, they come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. All right, it's brought in by Otten. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Cade Otten from 17 yards out. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Chargers nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Ray.
Here's Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
That's another Chargers first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Herbert now. Pass out left finds Johnston. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Chargers 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment, takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
180!
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Baker Mayfield sacked. A loss of 9 yards. And it's
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. One-touchdown ball game. 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Charger drive about to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
21. Ready.
Now it's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can click and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
Hey, 133 on 80.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, they tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the completion good for 6 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is right there. It's good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but a starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. It hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Mayfield on play action. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. And he's got this down to the 35. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got and he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Mayfield. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Hey, alert, alert!
Back to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, alert 30, 180.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag.
Oh, that's some bullshit, dog. That's bull.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Charger drive about to get going. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Set.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Herbert off of play action. That one complete to McConkey. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's a gain of 29.
That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll get this one to Pittman.
12 more yards. That's another Chargers 1st down.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this will be caught in the end zone for the Chargers touchdown. Michael Pittman, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. 180!
Now Mayfield. He's got Otten on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Kings! 180! Run, run, run. Kings! Run, run, run. Done.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Kings! 180! Hey, alert 33! Hurry! Done.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
That's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Mayfield to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there and 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
180!
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. McLaughlin for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 27, Chargers 17.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Buccaneers.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brings up third down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He's to the 15, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Lad McConkey, 77 yards. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. Touchdown. Here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And that is over the back line of the end zone. And it's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, then. So you're exactly right.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Chargers are right back in this football game.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
27-yard line.
21.
Herbert. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Herbert. No hesitations, they go right back to Kelce. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get across midfield and down to the Buccaneer territory. Here's second down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Play action. It's Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Baylor tight. Hey, go Lions. Go.
Herbert to throw. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers have taken a fourth quarter lead. Important extra point up and throw. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's 1st and 10.
Regular. 20.
Now Mayfield. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. When they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Baker. That's complete to Otten. Into space at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Now that is the two-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Nigga, give me that. Let's go.
Plans, it is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. This is 1st and 10.
King. Good. Point it right, 180. Hurry.
Mayfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because...
Yeah, we ready for him. We ready for Mahomes. We ready for Mahomes, B. Come on your ass, boy.
In the end, how about that come from behind victory?
Oh, that was big. We needed that.
So for Los Angeles, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Collins. We in Miami and we ballin'. She let dollar pull up as we mobbin'. Every time I'm in the city, we be locked in. Ay, locked in. Ball Harbor, take you shopping. Nikki Beach, we in the water. Free up, make it harder. 2 a.m.
Yeah, I'm on your ass, B.
3 a.m. we like, oh, man. 4 a.m. and I know which girls I'm taking home.
That nigga too old. I definitely gotta sound nigga. All these old niggas,